Welcome to Flow. Let's get started. Today we'll start off in a kneeling position. You can bring your hands to rest on your knees. You could bring one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart. Allow your eyes to close or find a soft gaze and take these first few moments to bring your focus and awareness to your breath. If your hand is on your heart and your belly, notice the movement of your chest and your belly as you breathe in. And then notice how your body deflates as you exhale. Allow yourself a few more moments in stillness with breath. Release your hands and come to stand on your knees. Step your right foot in front of you so you're in a 90-90 lunge. Interlace your hands at chest height and start to rotate yourself from side to side. So you're kind of just flushing out through your torso here, finding a little bit of easy twisting. Really push down into your front right foot and just let this kind of be loose. Take a few more rotations, let your shoulders go down your back. And now bring your left hand so it comes inside of your right foot and reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. And as you do this, try to drop your left ear towards your left shoulder and reach your right arm up and overhead. Actively push your right butt bone over to the right so you get a little more opening. Now bring your right hand down, flip your back toes, and flex your right foot so you're more in a side lateral lunge. Keep your right hand down to the ground and extend your left arm up. Now we find the opposite rotation through the torso here, so you're trying to spin your chest open towards the ceiling. And then we move between these two, so crawl yourself back to your lunge and reach your right arm up, find this nice open twist. And then right hand down, come into your side lateral lunge, right arm down, left arm up. And we continue to move through these two postures about 4 times. I really want you to emphasize more than anything the rotation that you are facilitating in your rib cage. Really allow your ribs and your torso to twist in either direction. Let's take one more of these sets. Nice big open twists. And then bring your right hand down so you're back in a low lunge. Flip your back toes, lift your back knee, tent onto your finger pads for a moment, and think of surging your chest, your heart space forward as you lower your hips. Now plant your hands into the ground and reach your right leg up, three-legged dog. Bend your right knee, open your hip. Take a moment here, push into your hands. Take a nice big breath in. And now bring your right foot back down to the mat. Continue to rotate over to your right side. Your left arm will lift up as you drop your hips, kind of like you're pulling a lawnmower with your left arm. We're gonna move between those two postures. So three-legged dog, bend your right knee, open the hip, and then plant the right foot down, swivel your hips to the right as you lift the left elbow. And we'll do about 2 more of these. Bend your knee, open through your hip, right foot down, bend your knees, left elbow up. And then one last round here, taking this at your own pace with your own breath. And meet back in a downward facing dog. Take a few moments of breath in downward facing dog. And then lower your knees down to the mat. 3 sets of cat and cow. Inhale, arch your spine, lift your gaze. And exhale, cat spine, push into the ground, dome through your upward back. Find that again. Inhale, cow spine, drop your belly, lift your gaze. And exhale for cat spine. One more time just like that, getting a little more movement into your spine. Meet back in a neutral tabletop position. And then from here, walk your hands so you're standing on your knees and we take the opposite side. Step your left foot so it comes in front of you. Bring your hands to your chest and start to rotate and twist. So I think of this as kind of a rinsing out. Really allow yourself to twist. And instead of your arms leading this, think of your chest, like the middle point of your sternum, finding some extra rotation. Continue to plug your left foot down into the ground. If you stumble out of it, come right back in. It can be tricky for the balance. Come out of it, right hand down, left arm up. And then bring your left arm over your left ear, and maybe you drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Push your hips out to the left and breathe in. And breathe out. And now we transition, so the left arm will come down. Flip your back toes and rotate onto your back foot as you flex your opposite foot, reach the right arm up. Nice big breath in. A little bit of an inner thigh stretch here. We move between the two. So the right hand comes down, the right knee comes down as your left arm lifts up. And then the left hand comes down. Flex your front left foot Bend your right knee and reach your right arm up, lateral lunge. And we take about 2 or 3 more of these, just moving at your own pace. If you'd like to linger a little bit longer, one side to the other, feel free. This is a really good way to experience different twists in the torso, opposing twists, while you change the shape of your legs as well. All right, one more set of this wherever you are. And then meet back in a lunge position. Bend into your left knee. Keep your back knee straight. You can come up onto the tips of your finger pads. Surge your chest, your heart space forward. Take a big breath in. And a full breath out. 3-legged dog. Plant your palms down onto the mat. Reach your left leg up. Bend your left knee and open your hip. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Breathe in. And exhale. And we're going to move through this set on the second side. Left foot will come down, and then continue to swivel your hips to the left as you pull your right elbow up. And we come through that again. Left leg up, bend your left knee, open your hip. Left foot down, swivel your hips down, lift your right elbow. And we'll take this about 2 more times. This is another excellent way to find rotation in the torso, while also finding a lot of good stability through your shoulders. Let's take one more set here. And then meet back in a downward facing dog. Take nice big breaths. Lower yourself down to your knees. We come into 3 sets of cat and cow once again. And then just notice this time around, maybe you're able to get a little bit deeper with your cat and cows. And feel free to pepper in any additional movement, maybe some circles into the hips or the head or the shoulders, or even a little bit of movement into the mouth and the jaw. Come back to a neutral tabletop position. Flip your toes under, downward facing dog, but this time make your stance a little shorter. So walk your feet closer towards your fingers. And now take your left hand and bring it across to your right ankle. Hold onto your ankle and then really try to rotate your face underneath your right armpit, and then switch. Left hand down, right hand to left ankle, find your twist. And switch, right arm down, left hand across. And then switch, left hand down, right arm across. Good, and then just continue to alternate. And again, we find these opposing twists. And the hands are helping out quite a bit here by actively applying pressure. Last set here, walk your feet up towards your fingers. So you're gonna ragdoll forward fold. Soften through your knees, shake your head yes and no. Give yourself a moment in this ragdoll fold. Really allow your torso to be heavy. And we are gonna move into a twist from here. So keep your left hand down. Bend your left knee a little extra as you reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Now you could keep your right fingertips reaching up, or you could thread your hand behind your lower back and maybe it comes to the inside of your left thigh. Just something to play around with. And then slowly release, so your right hand will come back down to the mat and we'll switch. Left arm comes up. Bend your right knee a little bit extra. You can keep your left arm up to the ceiling, or you could wrap your left arm around your torso and maybe hook it into the top of your right thigh. That will allow for a little more rotation through the upper torso, but you choose if this is a good pose for you. And then slowly release, let that go. Take a deep bend of your knees, bring your hands behind your head, open your elbows wide, and in this kind of halfway lift position, I want you to find a little tick-tock twist here. So your knees are gonna have a little bit of movement behind it, but really try to rotate your opposing elbows so they come down to the ground and down to the ceiling respectively. Now the next time your right elbow is down, hold it there and then bring your right hand so it comes inside of your right knee, your right thigh, and then really try to open up a little bit more through your left elbow to the ceiling. And then switch. Left hand comes between your legs, push into your left wrist as you open your chest up to the ceiling. And then switch, hands behind your head, come on up to stand. And then once again, bring your hands chest height and start to rotate your torso from side to side. This kind of familiar rib rinse that we've been coming into. Keep a little bend with your knees. You're gonna notice a little movement into the hips and the knees, and that's okay. But ideally, you wanna try to make this as much of the torso as you can. And then from here, release your hands down to your side. Widen your feet and bring your hands down into a wide-legged forward fold. You can soften through your knees. Walk your fingertips out long in front of you, kind of tent through the fingertips. And now crawl your left hand so it comes underneath your right armpit towards your right ankle. And then from there, apply pressure into both of your hands so you can rotate your heart space and your gaze up to the ceiling. Now you could stay right here, or you could take your right fingertips and maybe bring them around your lower back and find a hook onto your left thigh to spin your heart up even further. Just an option, otherwise keep your right fingertips long in front of you. And then slowly release. Extend both of your arms once again. We'll take this on the opposite side. So take your right arm, thread it underneath your left armpit over towards your left ankle. Have a soft bend through both of your knees. You could stay right here, or your left arm could wrap around your back and hook into the top of your right thigh. Think of spinning open of your left shoulder, opening a little further. Breathe in. And on your exhale, let that go. Start to walk your feet a little closer together, about hips width distance. Soften through your knees and give yourself a little shimmy shake as you come all the way up to stand. One more time, bring your hands to chest height and take this little flush of the torso once again, just an easy side to side rotation. Maybe you notice a little more freedom in this movement than when we began our session. Bring your hands down to your side. Maybe allow your eyes to close. Give yourself a few moments of breath here. Thank you for joining us today. And that's your flow.